Well, come to Soccer Vault, subscribe, like, share and comment. Then you will tell us the truth about Neymar Jr.'s fall and rise. Here we go. Neymar Jr., a boy from the streets of Brazil who became one of football's brightest stars. From dazzling dribbles to shocking headlines, his journey is a mix of glory and heartbreak. Born in Mogi das Cruzes, Brazil, in 1992, Neymar grew up in a humble family. Football was more than a game. It was survival and hope. At just 11 years old, he joined Santos FC's academy, where his talent was impossible to ignore. Brazil saw him as the next Pelé. Neymar made his professional debut at only 17. His speed, flair, and dribbling made him unstoppable. By 2011, he had already won the Copa Libertadores with Santos. Europe's biggest clubs were already knocking on his door. In 2013, Neymar signed with FC Barcelona for $57 million. Playing alongside Messi and Suarez, the trio became legendary. The MSN attack destroyed defenses and won Barcelona the Champions League in 2015. Neymar's performance against Juventus in the final was unforgettable. Many believed he was destined to inherit Messi's crown. At this point, Neymar was at the peak of his powers. In 2014, Neymar carried Brazil's hopes in the World Cup. A brutal injury against Colombia in the quarter-final ended his tournament. Without Neymar, Brazil collapsed 7-1 against Germany. The nation's dream turned into one of the darkest nights in football. In 2017, Neymar shocked the world, leaving Barcelona for PSG in a record $222 million deal. He wanted to step out of Messi's shadow and win the Ballon d'Or. At first, he lit up League One with dazzling performances, but injuries and conflicts with teammates began to overshadow his brilliance. PSG never reached the Champions League glory Neymar promised. His reputation slowly shifted from superstar to disappointment. The lofty expectations weighed heavily on his shoulders, especially as the club's ambitions soared. Despite moments of brilliance on the field, whispers of doubt permeated his once unshakable confidence. Fans and analysts alike scrutinized his every step, questioning whether he could lead them back to the pinnacle of European football. Injuries became a recurring theme, with each setback amplifying the critics' voices demanding more from the star. Neymar's brilliant play often overshadowed the physical toll it took on his body, and as time went on, the injuries began to pile up. Each time he returned, the expectations soared like a phoenix rising from the ashes, only to be met with yet another cruel twist of fate. He longed for the days of pure joy when football felt like an adventure rather than an obligation. However, as younger talents emerged, his position became increasingly precarious, and the murmurs about his future grew louder. Amid this turbulence, Neymar faced an internal battle: redemption or retirement. Neymar's internal struggle intensified as he watched Kylian Mbappe's rise within PSG. The young French star seemed to embody everything Neymar once was, a dynamic force capable of shifting the game's tide. With every dazzling goal Mbappe scored, whispers of Neymar's decline echoed louder, leaving him feeling increasingly isolated. It became clear that while he was still capable of brilliance, the world around him was rapidly changing. PSG management sought a new direction, and fans expressed their impatience. The narrative shifted from one of triumphant returns to a desperate search for relevance. As he grappled with these realities, the question remained: could Neymar reclaim his status as a footballing icon, or was it time to embrace a new chapter away from the limelight he once commanded? With the transition looming, Neymar began to evaluate his journey and the legacy he wanted to leave behind. No longer the unchallenged star, he had to confront the fact that football was evolving, and he must adapt to survive. Every decision weighed heavily on him, and leaving Europe seemed both liberating and daunting. As he contemplated his next steps, Brazil still murmured hopes for his return to form, and the world watched with bated breath to see where Neymar would land next. Would he rekindle the magic that captured hearts worldwide, or would he fade from the dazzling spotlight that once held him? Neymar ultimately chose to leave Europe, signing with Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia, seeking a fresh start away from the pressures and scrutiny that had accumulated over the years. This move marked a major shift in his career, away from the relentless ambition of European competition. As he settled into his new environment, there was a flicker of hope that this chapter might reignite his passion for the game. Fans pondered whether Neymar could once again embrace the joy that first drew him to football, rediscovering the magic that had always lived within him. Neymar's journey epitomizes the duality of brilliance and struggle, forever etched in the annals of football history. His talent ignited dreams, but also illuminated the fragility of success. Ultimately, he remains a testament to the notion that greatness often accompanies shadows, ensuring his legacy will be complex and enduring.